like the Wildcat. You get stronger as the game went on toward the end there. You were running hard. They flipped you up the last play. Didn't hurt it when you landed on?
No, I didn't hurt. I won't do it again, but it didn't hurt.
Real close a couple times. Looked like breaking out in the open field. Did you feel like you were pretty close to maybe one?
Yeah, I think if my shoe wouldn't have came out that one play, I would have scored. I think.
You feel good offense rushing for 300 plus yards. That's what y'all been shooting for, I guess.
Yes, sir.
It's something you can take into Auburn next week.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. That's the plan. That's the goal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kind of messed up a little bit, but got out with the W, and that's all we wanted to.
They put you in there. I know to really just kind of go straight at them, hopefully wear them down. And you feel like they were a little more weird than they were the first half. But y'all kept looking at them.
They were pretty strong rolls. They were a good defense, and they did a great job. I noticed 9 points, 3 field goals. Should have got some touchdowns out of that, but they got a really good defense, and we're happy to get out of it with a W because they're a good team.
Did you hear our offensive linemen say anything about what they were doing? Anything confuse them, or just their quickness and everything?
Just a lot of movement up front. They do a lot of slanting and stuff like that. It just kind of messes it up a little bit.
So you've been in a defensive slugfest like this in high school or any time? Is this without a touchdown being scored?
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever been in a game when there's no touchdown scored. But it was a fun one, and we're just, like I said, we're happy to get out of here with a W because they were a really good team.
Kind of fell into place tonight with Florida losing close to
That's
LSU,
right.
so y'all got a lot to work for in the next 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
That first tough pick you had, his ball just got a little lower. That guy got up and tipped it up. What happened on that? He was trying to throw up.
I was trying to throw the jab over the middle, but honestly, I had a hitch out wide that I probably could have taken. I should have taken it, but I made that decision, and I can't make it, and obviously the end result was pretty bad.
Did coaches say anything to you, Coach Shoddy? What do you think?
Just you had the hitch over there, just get back in a rhythm, get those streaks of completions, start over now.
Right.
With us here in the press box is one of the legends really in Georgia sports writing, Murray Poole. He was a 1960, is that right, graduate of Moultrie High School, and for 40 years was the sports editor at the Brunswick News, and for the last 10 years has written for the Bulldog Illustrated, and just a long and great career. How did it get started for you, Murray, getting into writing and especially sports writing?
Well, Wayne, way back in the Georgia-Florida League, my dad used to take me, and I think the baseball part was right in here, Moultrie in the Class D League, and he used to take me to the games all the time, and he said I learned to spell and write the lineups even when I was about 7 or 8 years old. So doing that and just loving sports like we all get into it and want to stay close to the game. And then I played a little baseball at Norman College too, and decided to major in journalism at Georgia, and kind of went from there. I got the Brunswick News job right when I came out of school in the end of '65, and thought I'd move on from there. But I just love the area and not being too far from Moultrie, 150 miles, and then I was lucky when my 40 years was up there, Wayne, even a couple of years before that, got the offer by our vice president who started Bulldog Illustrated, and that's been a labor of love now. Unlike you and like I used to do covering G in sports, high school and everything, I get to concentrate on the Georgia Bulldogs. I've been in the press box every game, and just a labor of love, really, like throwing me into the briar patch.
Now, I think you've got a record going too of how many Georgia-Florida games you've gone to. How many was it for you this year?
Yeah, this is my 52nd. I started in '62, and like I say, Mom and Dad take us down there to the game in the stands, and then when I became sports editor of the News, Brunswick News in '65, Wayne, it's just an hour trip, and covering it every year, and I continue to do that, and that's and I've said, let's hope they don't ever move that game home and home or anything, because it's like Texas and Oklahoma. It's nothing like being in Jacksonville, especially from Moultrie, Tifton, Waycross, Brunswick. This is our game down here. All the other people had to come to see us for that game instead of us going 5 hours to Athens and Atlanta,